Talos strengthens my arm, and the fire within me burns hotter with every breath I take. This land tests me, but it doesn't slow me. Even the cold cannot pierce the heat that the divine has placed in my soul. My purpose here is clear, and already I have begun to fulfill it. Days ago, I came upon a stone crypt hidden in the crags west of Uman. Its entrance was worn with age, sealed with markings that stirred nothing but unease in my spirit. I knew at once what it was. The air was thick with stillness, the silence unnatural. I entered without hesitation. Inside, I found signs of ritual and decay. Old urns filled with ash and bone, strange glyphs on the walls, a sense of restless presence, as if the dead themselves resented my intrusion. I did not falter. I shattered their vessels, burned their offerings, and spoke the name of Talos aloud, until the place echoed with his authority. I lit the final fire and left without looking back. Some in Uman later claimed it was a Dunmer ancestral tomb, a holy place. I do not accept that. The Dunmer revere false gods. Their ancestors whisper through corrupted traditions. Whatever sanctity the place once held has long since rotted. I did what must be done. I arrived in Uman with the snow still clinging to my boots. The village sits quiet between the peaks, its people hardened by wind and stone. They were surprisingly more welcoming than I thought they'd be. The guard captain saw the blade I carried and the conviction in my voice. She offered me 3 bounties. The first is already done. A dark elf pilgrim, wanted for murder and heresy against the tribunal temple. I found her not far from the village, camped inside a cave near the peaks of the Veloti Mountains. She greeted me but didn't draw steel. I bound her hands and walked her back to Uman myself. The guardsmen took her with little ceremony. The captain asked how I had found her so quickly. I told her the truth. I do not search blindly. I am guided. There are 3 more names, all marked by law and all condemned by the highest order. One dwells to the north, a notorious smuggler. The other 2 live out east, Daedra worshippers of the foulest degree. This land is broken. It groans beneath the weight of false gods and broken oaths. But I am here now. I bring fire, not as punishment, but as purifying light. Talos commands. I obey. Tiberius Imbrex, humble servant of the Nine.
Hello, and welcome back to some more Tamriel Rebuilt with Tiberius Imbrex, champion of Talos. And today we are starting out outside of the ancestral tomb that we cleared out last time because I had a couple of comments, one from David and one from Nikolai, I think is how you pronounce it, that gave me suggestions of how we should mark dungeons we've cleared out. And I liked both ideas, but I think I'm going to implement them in stages. So at least for the moment, this comment made by Nikolai suggested we leave a septim outside of every dungeon we clear because, you know, who's on that coin? Tiber Septim. Now, the comment from David right here that I'll put on the screen suggested placing an Imperial banner outside of every dungeon we clear, which I really like the idea of. I kind of mentioned it last time, but I want it to make sense. So I don't think I'm going to do the banner thing until maybe we're more aligned with the Legion, because at that point it would be cool to mark stuff as taken by the Legion or held by the Legion or even just cleared out by the Legion. You know, they're leaving their banners all across mainland Morrowind. But yeah, I just thought this was a cool little scene here. I'm also using a mod, if you couldn't tell already, that allows you to enter a photo mode of sorts. Maybe one of the best mods released for OpenMW so far. It lets you have free reign here, so I no longer have to type TCL. I can get different shots, like Tiberius looking up at the coin here. You can even use it mid-combat. You can use it to strike poses. Such a sick mod. I'm definitely going to be using that a ton in this series to capture cool moments of Tiberius, because you can even use it. I mean, there's not really any enemies for us to fight right here, but you can even use it mid-combat like this. Isn't that freaking awesome? I don't have to like pause the game, do some weird TCL thing, turn on God mode so the enemy doesn't hit me, and hope that I can get a good shot. You just freeze time like that. That is amazing. What a freaking cool mod. Anyways, today we have a lot to do. We still have those 2 bounties we did not finish. There are also some dungeons around here that we did not successfully clear out or even attempt to, because I'm a little worried about the difficulty of them, like that Dwemer Ruin. It's kind of scary. There's also a goblin cave over here. Okay, well, I tried to fight the Durzog outside of that goblin cave, and it killed me again and again and again and again. So I think it's a little too strong for us at the moment, unfortunately. Even though I waited around for my stamina, it was for naught. But instead, I think we're going to head north because we have a bounty for Hamdern, a Nord smuggler. Leads a sizable bandit operation out of an ice cavern far north of Uman called Shirel. Now, far north could be up here. Far north could be up here. We're just gonna set out from Uman, I guess, and see how it goes. Maybe we'll stop in town and sleep, though. All right, we're back in Uman. Let's grab some food. No, wait. Let's fill up our flasks. Okay, he'll actually fill them up for us, which is super nice. And I think we might need to rent another bed. No, we still have it for the day. Nice. Let's get some good, well-deserved rest here. I don't want to sleep too long. That's the problem now, is we can't just sleep till morning. So I guess we'll sleep till midnight. Go out in the darkness. That's always a smart idea. It's not even that dark, so we'll be fine. Now, there is a Daedric Ruin right here. There's also, I think, a Daedric Ruin somewhere over there. At least where the Daedric worshippers are. And if we need to head north, we're going to have to walk around that Daedric Ruin and seemingly step out of the mountains for a little bit to follow the path that way. That's what we might do. We can lead people here, and I think the guards will help fight with us. So if we run into some crazy Daedra down in that ruin, we might be able to get a guard to help us. Maybe. Not that Tiberius needs the help, for he is guided by Talos, and Talos would not let him fail until his mission is complete. Or something. That's what Tiberius tells himself. This candle does not put out a lot of light, does it? It looks a little lame, too. It looked way cooler with like a lantern or a torch. Okay, so we're actually headed into some of the Ashlands here a little bit, huh? That's pretty cool. So it might look like the place where we captured that pilgrim from, the one that was hiding out for the bounty. So it's definitely up in the mountains is my guess, where it's more snowy. Now we are going into unfamiliar territory here because we actually went to Oman as Valdrin. What the heck is that? Is that one of those kobolds? It might be. I'm gonna wait for my stamina to come back and then we'll fight it. I think it's a kobold. Couple of them actually. All right, let's start walking towards them. Come on. Come fight me. Just one of you. I don't want to tango with two, not yet. Did we get them both or just one? I think we just got one. Yeah, we actually fought these before as Valdrin. I don't remember how tough they are. Seemingly not too bad as long as they don't hit you. Die, foul creature. Yeah, these guys aren't very tough. Nice. Kobold tongue, we'll take it. Might actually be a dungeon up here. We'll have to clear it out. Yeah, I should be walking in combat if we're fighting slower enemies like this, so I don't burn through so much stamina, because we're swinging our sword at max stamina right now, or max fatigue, because I'm walking. And you still regen fatigue when you're not running. Nice, another one down. That's pretty easy. All right, well, maybe we can cleanse this whole den of evil Ogroth. We should try to heal, though. Dang, that's our first time we failed it. What about now? All right, that works. It's kind of nice having magicka that regens over time. Well, I guess it doesn't technically. It's nice having magicka that regens when you sleep. Okay. We got 2 paths here. What is going on with the local map? There we go. I guess we'll go right first. I don't have really any basis for that, but... So we could go down here. I don't have a way to get back up, though, and I can't guarantee there's a potion of levitation. So we're just going to ignore it for now. We'll go the other direction. Hello. We don't want to let him hit us. This one looks kind of different, doesn't it? It looks bigger. I need to remember to throw up our shield because we technically have 0 block unless we're actually blocking. You can attack and block, but I think you take damage penalties or something like that. Like there's some reason why you don't want to block and attack at the same time. Oh no, this is a regular kobold. I wonder what kobold tongues do. If that's like an actual good alchemy ingredient or if it's just worth selling. It's too bad we can't like turn them in like a bounty or something. Okay, we got one of them. Hope it's just him, not his buddy down the hall. Nice, another one down. That one apparently already had his tongue cut out. Okay. You're going that way. I assume this just loops back around. So let's deal with this guy. So he doesn't sneak up behind us and kill us. Like I'm playing D&D killing kobolds and goblins. Longblade 47. That's kind of crazy how high it is already. It almost feels like cheating after the last couple characters I've played who were not good at combat. Nice. That's why I think when people say Morrowind combat is like hard to get into, it's usually because they made like a weird character that's not actually good at anything. Because if you make a character that's good at combat or good at magic, you can hit enemies pretty consistently. Like, it's really not a problem. But I'm also just a veteran of Morrowind, so maybe I'm just used to it. You stuck down there? Kind of looks like you are. If I go down there, am I going to be stuck down there? It also looks like there's something maybe back there. We really need to get a levitation amulet, don't we? Well, at least I can heal myself one last time before we jump down there. Hoping we can get back out somehow. We don't have like divine intervention yet either, so we can't just teleport to the nearby town. I actually don't know where it would send you all the way out here. Probably pretty far. We could try to get a mark and recall amulet. That might help. I don't necessarily want to use alteration, but, you know, obviously being able to fast travel around is immensely helpful. Okay, this is not going well. This guy is getting a lot of hits on us because I don't want to back away and draw someone else into the fight, and it's kind of costing me most of my life. You're down. Don't think anyone else saw us. Skeletons just have bone meal? Yeah. So what we could try to do is put down a bedroll and sleep? I don't know. Yeah, we can sleep. Try to sleep for like an hour. Oof. That does not get us back a lot of health. Maybe 2 more hours? Okay, that's a little better. Now we can pick this up. That did make us hungry and thirsty, though. Let's eat some bread. Who's this? Dead warrior. Oh, crap. I wanted to see what he had. I didn't mean to loot everything. Gosh dang it. At least we can get another heal off, maybe. If we're really, really lucky. Okay. Longblade 48. Dang, when you hit often, you level up faster, huh? Come on. Okay. Well, what the heck did we just pick up? Drew boots. Those are pretty good. They're way better than what we have. We also got a celestial studded leather left pauldron of freedom. Constant fortified luck by 10. That's pretty good. Dang. That is a good find. And resist prowess. That's always good. This is light armor, which is a bit unfortunate. We also got some potions. Crappy ones. Didn't mean to loot all of his stuff, but guess we picked it all up anyways. We don't need his pants or his chitin armor or his crappy throwing knives. What does that look like? I won't say it looks cool, but that luck is pretty cool. Plus it's celestial, right? Blessed by the gods. We also wear the Drew boots. I don't know, those kind of bug me more. They're way, way, way better than, obviously, the Colovian fur, but they don't really fit, do they? Can we get a heal off? Yes, nice. So who the heck are you? Ooh, you have a torch. Been looking for one of those. Also, the shoulder's kind of annoying when you're in first person, huh? Blocks like half of the screen. Ooh, more dead people. Fortify health. Night eye. And a bunch of steel. Steel is technically better than some of the stuff we're wearing. You could make the upgrade to steel. Drop this crappy iron on the ground. We also got steel boots. We could put those on. How do those look? Pretty cool. Stays with the outfit. I don't know if I'm crazy about those shoulders, though. Obviously, it's a good magic item, but it doesn't really fit. Steel greaves. I don't think we want to change. Steel cuirass. What does that look like? It does look more like knightly, but I do like the Colovian iron that we had on, so we'll leave that behind as well. We are pretty overburdened now, though. Well, we'll continue using what we have. Silver spark blade. Ooh. This is a long blade. I see that. So, yeah, it's better than ours. Does more damage and it's enchanted. Now, once again, it doesn't look as cool as our silver broadsword, but looks cool enough, right? Okay, well, it's also heavier apparently, because we are almost capped out. Yeah, so when it comes to looting the dead, we could take a very, like, religious approach to this. Oh, maybe that's what's weighing us down, all this freaking alcohol. We could take a more religious approach to it, like we don't disturb the dead. But, I don't know, I could see Tiberius justifying it as, like, obviously Talos put this person in our path to further our own goals, you know? Like, Talos put them there for a reason, sort of thing. At least that's my justification. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to loot any bodies, which could be interesting in and of itself, but I don't know. Maybe we could even, you know, take a treasure, leave a treasure. You may have my silver broadsword, brave warrior who died in combat. In fact, we can even put his armor back on. I didn't mean to take it off him. There you go. At least we give him a little bit more dignity, and we can do the same here. We'll put the armor back on him because, you know, he might need it in the afterlife. We can even give him our sword next to his corpse. May it serve you well in Sovereign Guard, or wherever you believe you go after you die. He was a Nord, so I'm sure he prefers Sovereign Guard. But yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll sort of honor the fallen when we loot from them like that. I don't know. I'm still obviously designing aspects of the character, and that might be a cool way to roleplay Tiberius, is if he loots dead humanoids like that, he sort of honors them. Even if we do the whole leaving a septum or two at their corpse, you know. Okay, we actually got through that. Nice. So I did see another kobold over here. Oh, there's a couple. Well, we're gonna wait over here until our freaking fatigue comes back. It's weird their little worship animation, huh? What are you worshiping over there, bones? Alright, our stamina's probably high enough. We'll just get him to come to us so it can restore a little bit more. Ooh, yeah. I wish this had more charges because it's really freaking good. So what's the best attack method? Slashing, okay. Nice. Rip through that kobold. Yeah, another dead adventurer, wow. An orc. Guess someone else was paid to clear this out and they did not do as well as we did. Which is surprising. The kobolds seem really slow. So what do you have on you, my friend? Ungorth. Some sort of orc alcohol. Orc leather. Some clothes and more alcohol. And the Dwarven Warhammer, nice. Kind of heavy for us to carry, so we'll leave it there for the moment. Is there anything up here? Little... What is that? Little fire pit? Oh, this is the thing. I was wondering if there's something over here. 100 gold, nice. There was something over here, and we didn't even need levitate. So we could take their helmet. It's worth a lot. We wouldn't wear it. I know I'm being like weird about it, but I really do like designing my characters with a certain style. Like we could equip the best armor here, the steel and the drew and that shoulder pad, but I like having more of an outfit than just random mishmash of stuff. We could take it though and sell it. Like I said, you know, maybe it's more of Talos put them here to aid us in our quest. There's a chest up here that I don't think I actually have any means of actually getting up there. Unless I picked up a flying potion. I don't think I did. Yeah, I can't actually get to that chest. That's gonna bug the crap out of me. This rock is too steep. Well, guess we're gonna have to leave it behind then. I bet that's where the good loot is too. So now we come to the problem of not being able to get out, seemingly. Because we had to fall down to get there. We don't have any divine intervention scrolls. Can we get out this way, maybe? Okay. Yeah, you can get out this way. I was going to say, we're kind of... I think this is the end of Tiberius' story. You can't get out of there. Okay. That's fine. Well, we cleared out the Kobold Cave. Wasn't too bad. Got some pretty good loot out of it, too. I might just sell that pauldron. It's really good, but light armor? Come on. We look like someone who wears light armor. And since we cleared it out, we shall leave a single septum on the doorstep. So people know Talos has cleansed this place, or at least his servant has. Anyways, let's press on towards what we were doing. I said it last video, but yes, this is the dungeon crawl character. If you don't like dungeon crawling, I'm sorry. There's gonna be a lot of it. Because it's fun. It's really fun. So I see something over there, right there. Some sort of cave. But this is Ice Cavern. That doesn't look like an ice cavern to me. But I think we're gonna have to go over there anyways to get back up into the mountains, so... Ooh, that's pretty. And look, we can now push this, fly up. We can even unpause time and get a good look at that waterfall up there. What better way to appreciate the terrain and environmental designs than having a free mode camera like this? I don't know what the range is on it. You know, like, could I float all the way to Vivek City from here? Still, though, really freaking cool. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna have to cross at some point to get back up into the mountains where I assume this cave is. I also assume that is an ice troll, which is a terrifying thought. It kind of looks like the swamp trolls we saw as Kalia in and around the Narcissus region. Also just kind of looks like a troll from the newer Elder Scrolls games. I'm going to walk over there and attempt to fight it, I guess. Might just get murdered horribly, but we can at least try. I actually see some guards over there. Maybe we could draw it towards those guards. Wonder if that might be an egg mine. That might be why there's guards over there. There's also a little Quama forager. Surely we can take one of these on. Just maybe. Okay. I mean, we've kind of avoided him, but I don't know if Tiberius would avoid him. We can't let creatures like this harass the travelers of Morrowind. Yeah, it's definitely an ice troll. Oh boy. Let's make a tactical retreat because, like I said, Tiberius is not an idiot. Oh, freaking cliff racer. He's not an idiot, you know. He's not going to not use resources to his advantage, including the help of others. Dang, this thing has a lot of health, huh? These look like Redoran guards, huh? I guess the town of Uman's Redoran, so maybe this still is too. Nice, good job, we got him. Frost Troll Pelt. We'll take it, because it's not too heavy. What's going on? Thanks for the assistance. I uphold the house law, move along. I'm a Redoran guard. This is the Naleni Shalzar egg mine. So this I wouldn't classify as a dungeon necessarily, because the only enemies in here are Quama, and that's not really something we need to clear out. You know, everything's above board there. So we're not going to worry about that. Freaking cliff racers, man. Also, I keep running into a problem where my weapon won't draw. Don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of annoying. Like, I can't pull out my weapon right now. I'm pushing the hotkey for it, and nothing's happening. I'm going to reload really quick. Got to be careful. We have no fatigue, and you never know when a cliff race is going to fly down on you. I assume we can sort of make our way up to the mountains this way. Also kind of see walls over there. I wonder if that's like an actual town, or if that's just a wall they built to keep people out. I don't see any actual buildings, just the wall. There's a tower there. Huh. This is sort of uncharted territory for me, so I don't actually know what's over there. Looks like we can get up the mountain this way, though. We really need a fatigue amulet, or even a restore fatigue spell would help a lot. Something to prevent us from having to stand still for like an hour to get our fatigue back. Normally I just wait around, but we don't have that luxury anymore. Waiting around costs valuable resources. Okay. Does this actually lead up? I'm having my doubts now. We need to get up the mountain. What's this? Urusabi. That's not the name of the place we're looking for. Shirel. Yeah, that's the other thing when you're using a needs mod, you can't just skip to daytime to get better lighting because, well, you could, but you're gonna have to eat and drink a lot more. Okay, it looks like we can sort of scale the mountain up here. Ooh, is that a sky render? Are they hostile by default? I have no idea. I feel like they are. Everything in Morrowind is hostile by default, except for like War. This is a strange, horrible land with strange, horrible creatures. Actually, they look really cool, but also kind of terrifying, especially if you're coming from Cyrodiil, where things are pretty normal all around. Please don't be hostile. Come in peace, great creature. He doesn't seem to be interested in me, but I don't know if that's just a distance thing. I think we're coming up on a door to the Dwemer Ruin. We might have to go that way to get up the mountain, though. That's not good. Try to find an alternative path this way. We can run a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get up this way, can we? Maybe? Kind of? It does not help when your acrobatics is like 7. Yeah. I don't think we can actually scale up that way, so we're going to have to go around. Surely he would have started attacking us already, like this cliff racer. Yeah, so they're not hostile by default. That's very good to know. Get out of here, cliff racer. I've got time for you. Torch burned out. I wish, maybe I need to look for mods for that. I wish light sources lasted a little bit longer. 2 minutes for a torch, that's kind of dumb. Torches in real life last, what, like 8 hours? Can we actually get up these rocks? Yes, okay. All right, we're making progress. We're about to head back into the snow. Perfect. We are chilly. That's fair. We did take off our Colovian fur boots. We can put those back on. I don't know if that actually makes a difference. It makes sense to me, though. Head back up into the snow, so we put our snow shoes on. Our fur boots. Keep seeing shadows. It's freaking me out. This is the edge of the world? Yeah, okay, so this is the edge of the world. So it is going to look a little incomplete. Don't fall into the void. See if we can find that freaking ice cave. The original goal of this video. We're going to do it. Even if we have to kill every cliff racer on the way there. I don't want to like jinx myself, but I'm surprised we haven't been diseased yet. Whew, finally made it up the mountain. Man, it's a trek when you're wearing heavy armor and you're slow. Is that a bighorn sheep or something? What the? Oh, I kind of recognize those things from Narcissus. They're friendly. I don't know about the goat. Yeah. A whom? Oh, okay. You are not friendly if you get close. Good to know. I thought you guys were nice. Apparently not. Well, screw you. Hope you get stuck there forever. Oh, no. Alright, well, we'll stand here for a second, try to get some fatigue back. We can probably kill this, right? Oh my gosh, he has so much health. Nope. Nope. I'm out of here. Didn't mean to disturb you, sir. You're gonna follow me forever, I already know. I need to look up and see if there's a mod that tones down how far enemies chase you. It's kind of stupid. They should not chase you across the entire province. Right, let's get up on the rock here, or I don't think he'll be able to get to us. Is he leaving, or maybe he just can't get to us? Okay, we are looking for an ice cavern. I don't see any yet. I did see something over here, though. I mentioned how I have a combat mod, but I think it affects the magic as well. The combat animation mod. So doesn't that look freaking cool? Look like you're channeling your power. Like he's channeling the power of Talos to heal himself. Or maybe it's one of the other 9 divines for healing magic. Nice, actually went off. Alright, so what the heck did I see over here? A troll? Yes. Not a frost troll, seemingly. Just a regular troll. Oh crap. Let's I don't know, maybe put our shield on and maybe our better boots. Ooh, he fell down. Speaking of falling down, oh my gosh. Backstabbed by the Quoom. He came all the way back to finish the job. Alright, well, I think we should just try to find... Ooh, nice, another heal got off. We should just try to find the ice cavern because those 2 are going to chase us forever. But they shouldn't go through doors with us. I think I had to get rid of that mod for some reason. Like it was causing problems with quest NPCs or something weird like that. There's some reason I don't have it anymore. Alright, well, I'm going to assume they can't follow us down here. Assume. Who knows? They're going to drop down from the freaking sky on top of us. Just wanted to, like, double back and make sure we're not missing something over here. It seems like where a cave would be along the mountain here. I assume they all look the same as the one we went into before, so I'm sort of looking for that, like, round hole in the snow. Yeah, see, that's why I'm a little reluctant to go into Dwemer Ruins, because I know there's going to be Centurions, which I know we cannot take on right now. We can't take on a lot of stuff. We're pretty strong, but Centurions might be the cutoff point. Now, albino rats, that's more our speed. Ooh, actually, there's a hole right there. Maybe this is it, but... Shirel, okay. Perfect. Well, since we know this is the place, we can put down a bedroll and sleep for a few hours. Get our magic back, and we are hungry now. Still have some bread left. We're going to have to buy food eventually, though. We have some scrib jerky. You wish to crawl through this space, yep. Does that mean we can't get back out? No, you can. Weird. Wonder why it gives you a message there. Torches, hey. I'll take those. Don't really need torches in here though, it's pretty bright.
How does it feel to know?
Oh crap, this is a bandit den, isn't it? I kind of forgot, or smugglers, I kind of forgot about that. She looks pretty well armed. She got a spear, so I can't like bob and weave her. We're doing okay, we're doing okay. Get our shield up though. Okay, now we're doing less okay. Now we're doing really bad.
Face death.
To get a heal off. Nice, nice. That hearth heal is really coming in clutch for us. Die, outlaw. Common shirt of the Jormora Lord, lovely. An enchanted shirt. Don't see that very often on enemies. Steel Spear of Excellence. That's a pretty good spear. Let's, I didn't even notice you over here. You have a sword stuck in you, a steel katana. Let's drop some stuff off outside so we can loot some other things in here. We'll take the spear. Steel Spear of Excellence. I don't know why it's called the Steel Spear of Excellence. What makes it so excellent over a regular spear? Yeah, we can use a spear. We are pretty good with them, right? Yeah, 20. That's not too bad. Might be able to help us outrange some people so we can hit them and they can't hit us. That's my only complaint with spears, is you can't use a shield with them, which is crazy that there's no one-handed spears in this game. Oh boy. Okay, well, we got her attention. Let's get the high ground. No, we only want thrusts. We only want to thrust into men. That's our only mode of defense. This is not going well. Who would have thought our, whatever it is, almost 50 long blade would be better than our 20 spear. But you know, I said we're going to be versatile, so I have to live up to that. We're doing okay. When we hit him, we're actually dealing a lot of damage.
Why won't you die?
Why won't you die? There we go. Malan Fulvin. That's not who we're looking for. We're looking for a Nord. Wait, what was your name? Jashi. Okay. Heavy Chitin Cuirass. Dwarven Longsword. Holy crap, that's really good too. So it does more damage than our enchanted sword, but the enchanted part of it makes obviously it better. And it's also magic, so you can hit ghosts and stuff. But that's pretty good. We'll leave it by the door so we don't forget to grab it. Heavy chitin. I'm gonna try to avoid the native armors unless we just get something really cool. Because I kind of like the idea of Tiberius sticking to the more like traditional armor. But that's not like a hard rule, like us not being able to steal. That's more like, I think it's cooler to look distinct from the locals. Makes us stand out as like an outlander even more. And as someone who worships the Nine Divines, like, it kind of makes him less likable of a guy because he's not willing to integrate into the local society. But that's not like a hard rule. If we come into some cool armor, I'm definitely going to wear it. Okay, we got a lot of different directions here. This is a really, really cool looking cavern. I love these ice caves. This one's like an actual ice cave too. The other one, just the beginning part of it was. Ooh, what's back here? Some gold. Nice. We actually have like 2,000 gold. Pretty close to it. Pretty good. Who would have thought dungeon delving was a way to pay the bills? Okay, what's in these crates? I'm gonna assume just like random smuggler stuff. Kind of. A soul trap. Gold. Unhinging scroll. I guess that might be one instance where we would use an unlock spell, is if we got it from a scroll. Because, like I said, I don't see Tiberius picking locks, but maybe he'd use a scroll to open one. Not to steal, but to get into a chest. Okay. Just got you. You are a Nord. Are you the Nord we're looking for? You certainly hit like a important character. You look pretty cool too. Like your hair. There we go. Spear level up. Nice. Gotta watch our health. Make sure we don't get stuck on the freaking walls. Oh boy. All right, nice. We're getting pretty lucky on those rolls. I think when we're at max fatigue, we have like a 70% chance of getting that healing spell off, so it's not, you know, impossible to fail. All right, I'm gonna switch back to our good sword. I'm worried she's gonna kill us. That spear is not hitting often enough. Long blade 50, nice. There we go. Ige Split Veil. Kagodi Nordic Ring Mail Left Pauldron. Fortify Endurance, Telekinesis. And Fortify Luck. See, those are pretty good. And it's Nordic, so they'll look distinct. Steel Longsword. Round Shield. Is that better than what we have? No. Does way less. We actually overburned now? No, we're pretty close. We could wear these. The problem is they're cast when used, so I have to actually remember to use them. Doesn't look too bad. It does look a little weird with the steel and the iron and the Nordic, but I mean, Fortify Endurance I think will give us a little bit of health. Telekinesis could be good to reach places like that chest. Fortified Luck is kind of whatever. Okay, we're also thirsty and starting to get tired. Still have some water. We will press on. Might have to back out and sleep for a little bit. There's someone over here. Level 60 lock. I don't know, there's just something cool about breaking down locked doors like this, in my opinion. There we go. Okay, I don't see anyone in here, but you never know. Could be someone in the corner, no? Okay. So, what were you guys smuggling? Gold. That's a pretty good thing to smuggle. Hinging scroll. Steel warhammer. Ooh, I really want to take that. I'd love to start using like a big old blunt weapon like that. Unhinging scroll, some iron. Broadsword. Some gems, nice. Another orcish helmet, we'll grab that. Silver ingots, ooh. Getting flashbacks. Dwemer, okay. That's interesting. And then there's also, you know, just an adamantium axe right here that does 1 to 60 damage. That's pretty good too, I guess. How much does that weigh? 35 pounds. Dang, that's heavy. Okay, all right. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. To like carry these out with us, because I do want both of these. I might take this stuff like to that crossroads and then equip the axe. I kind of want to see the axe in action. That is a crazy good axe. Like end game level axe. It's crazy the kind of loot you can find in these places. That's why you gotta love Morrowind though, is there's no leveled loot. So you don't just get absolutely screwed if you come to a place low level, and you don't just get nothing but Daedric when you're a high level. You'll never convince me that scaled loot is better than hand-placed loot. And that's the cool part about Morrowind, is it does kind of have both. There is hand-placed loot, but also I think random crates and stuff go based off your level, so like you're more likely to get better loot in them. I think. Don't quote me on that. Alright, I dropped some of the stuff we've been holding on to so we can wield the battle axe. So sick. Let's see what this bad boy can do after we get some stamina. I was trying to wait around, but apparently there are enemies very close to where we are. Okay, there we go. We got our stamina back. We have 2 more directions to go, at least for the moment. So we'll head down this way. I do see more smugglers stuff down there. I'm sure that's where the enemies are. I think if this axe hits, yeah, because we took axe as one of our weapons, it's going to hurt bad. We are getting tired, so our speed is lower. If he raises his shield, I don't know. Maybe it's just happening automatically. Oh, okay, there we go. Just got a bunch of bone mold. Cool looking bone mold, but bone mold, not the armor for us. I mean, we don't hit very often, but when we do. Celestial common pans. A lot of celestial things out in the mountains, I guess. We'll take them. We'll put them on, since they're clearly blessed by the gods. This place is pretty big. Keeps going, okay. Alright. Got a new big battle axe. Iron battle axe. What's over here? Gold. Ooh, some food. We could take that. We are running on the low side of it. Iron Flame Slayer. Enchanted Iron Sword. Barbarian's Key. So this sword isn't too bad. It's pretty heavy. And the enchantment on it isn't great. But at least you'll be able to attack ghosts with it. I don't know if we'll take that though. Kind of really heavy. Nordic Iron. What does that look like? We'll try that on. Nordic iron. Looks pretty cool. I don't know if I like it more than this, though. I mean, at this point, our armor is all just mismatched, so... We'll stick with what we had. Oh, did not see you up here. You, the man we're looking for. Why can I not hit you? Well, we hit you, but it was with our worst possible attack. There we go. Okay, oh crap, oh crap. I think that's him. He definitely looks the part. We're gonna have to kill this lady again.
You will die where you stand.
Alright, let's back up a little bit. Try and heal. Nice. You warm your hands by the fire. Do I, though? Nice. Cleaved him. Grolmund, that's not even you. What the heck? Kagoti's common shirt. Fortify endurance and slow fall. Ooh, slow fall. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Obviously, we have no qualms of taking stuff off of bandits because they're criminals, so they don't deserve to have what they have. Ooh, some repair hammers. I was actually looking for some of those. Bone mold boots. Are these just beds? I guess we could sleep in these if we really needed to. What is this? ABCs for barbarians. Just as I thought. Is there anything down here? No, but this is a dead end, kind of. We can go in this direction now. It's crazy we haven't run into the guy yet. I thought that would for sure have been him, but... he's deeper, apparently. Okay, so I think I see him over there, but there's also an orc around the corner. Oh crap, did I draw both of them? Seemingly not, seemingly it's just him. Nice, we got a good, oh, 2 good hits. Let's get a heal out. And it didn't fail, nice. Come on. Come on, just one more good hit. He's down on the ground. Oh, we got him. Hamdrin, finally. Azure Nordic ringmail boots of the fish. Okay, so I know I keep saying, wow, these are really good items. It's because I have a mod that I just remembered that I installed that randomizes loot to give them unique enchantments and properties. That's why we're getting all this kind of useful, kind of not really useful enchanted gear, like these. Resist Frost and Swift Swim. That's extremely good. I think I got that mod before we started this series, but the idea of it is when we go dungeon crawling like this, we can actually find some sort of randomized loot that'll make it a little bit more interesting to explore these places. And so far, it's done the job. So like this adamantium axe is always in the cave. It doesn't add new items. It just enchants ones already there. So it might have gave it this frost damage enchantment. I don't actually know. But it definitely gave those boots an enchantment. All right, now we just got to deal with the orc. Who is, I feel like, scarier than the Nord. Especially when you miss. And he does not. Okay. Good start. Let's use Starve the West. I kind of want to see what it does. You know, it absorbs fatigue, but I don't know if it actually takes fatigue away from them. There we go. That was a good hit. Ooh, knocked him on the ground. Haha, I got him. Nice. Ooh, he's got some orcish on him. And some Nordic troll bone. That's pretty cool. We will take the mace. It's worth a lot. Okay. I think we got everyone. Or at least, maybe not. We still can't wait around. I don't think there's anyone else over here, though. Didn't see anyone. So what do we got? Scrolls. Nice. Soul gems. Not bad. Mystery of Talara. Destruction. Not very useful for us, is it? Alright, well, let's break in here. Maybe. Or not. I don't know why we can't break into that. I have to use a scroll. Fortify endurance. Alchemy apparatus. Ooh, a rising force potion. We could grab that. Like I said, I'm not totally against using alchemy with Tiberius. What is this? This dungeon just keeps going, doesn't it? I was trying to wrap it up here, but no. There's more to do. Okay, is there anything else over here? Seemingly we can't break the lock on this. Just going to use a unhinging then. Nice. Well, that's not very good. We can't rest in the bed either because of enemies. I'm gonna grab this mace and I'm gonna sort of head down this pathway over here, the crossroads that I was mentioning before, so we don't forget it. We could use the orcish mace. It's pretty. Oh crap! And I don't have any fatigue. Freaking Bosmers, man. Always shivving me in the dark. Well, at least he died fast. Yeah, we're gonna move this. How big is this cave, man? There's so many different directions to go. What's going on over here? Oh, nothing really. Okay, so I just dropped some stuff over at those crossroads yet again because we needed some carry weight. I'm going to roll with the orcish mace now because it does pretty good damage too. I did see that there were some beds up here. I want to see if we can actually use them. Please? Yes, awesome. So now that we're rested and recharged, let's drink some water, eat some food. We're doing good. I'm hoping this is the last stretch of the dungeon because holy crap. This place is gigantic. I was not expecting this big of a cave for a smuggler's den. I should have known better. I don't know if there's actually going to be anything over here. Oh yeah, there is. Okay. Hound meat. Could grab that. Have some food. Okay, so this is just a dead end then. Looks like it. Okay, well, that is the end of the dungeon. I want to go turn in this bounty before we call it, though. I'm going to grab basically as much as I can and take it with us. We're going to have to be pretty picky about what we take, though. I don't really care for the silver ingots. They're cool, and I liked collecting them before, but they are very heavy, and they're actually not worth that much, so we might come get them eventually if I'm ever in the area, but we might leave them here. Yeah, because look at all this stuff we're going to have to lug out of here. So what do we, like, absolutely want to have? I think we want the battle axe, right? It's pretty cool. I don't care for the steel boots. We can leave the mace behind, and we got a better one now. I think I want to roll with this sword. And I think we leave the spear and the axe and stuff behind. And we'll grab the axe, take it to the front, see what we have up there, and then make our way slowly back to the city, because this was quite the freaking venture, wasn't it? Okay, so what do we have here? Dwarven longsword. Really good. Technically better than our spark sword. We can use the axe for ghosts and the sword for regular enemies, maybe. The problem is the axe is like super heavy, right? So if we're carrying that instead of a sword, that's going to cost us. We can leave, like I said, some of this here. Before I forget though, since we did clear this out successfully eventually, leave a single septum by the entrance. But yeah, look at our freaking loot haul here. We're going to have to be picky with what we're taking back. So obviously we want our bedroll, our cooking pot, our firewood. What are we dropping here? I don't even think we can take the axe with us unless we really drop everything. Same with the 2 orcish helmets there. We might have to leave this stuff and come back up one day when we have the space. Oof, this sucks. If that's the case, we're not taking the axe with us. I'm going to keep the silver spark sword with us so we have something for ghosts. But yeah, that's that hurts leaving this much loot behind. I don't have any way to get back here quickly either. There's nothing else I really want to drop. All right, well, make a mental note. I think you can actually write on the map, right? Yes. Loot. There you go. We'll remember now for sure. All right, I'm going to slowly make my way back to Uman, and I will cut you in when we get there. Finally, sweet sanctuary. Man, it is a trek to get back here. I need to drop our stuff off. I might place down like a chest or a crate. Oh gosh dang it, he locked the door. All right, I'll pay for my stuff. Do you want to fill up my water while you're at it? Yeah, we need to do some inventory management stuff, but right now we're going to end the video by turning in the bounty. I have killed Hamdern. Hamdern is dead. Thanks for handling that, Tiberius Imbrex. Travel will be safer without that bandit preying on the roads. Yes, I know. I'm a great guy like that. So, as Tiberius warms his hands at the fire, after being in the cold, frozen mountains and the ice caves, I am going to end the video there for today. We made it off really well. We got a lot of loot. We got some enchanted gear. We're doing pretty good. The problem is we have too much loot, and so we had to leave so much of it up in the mountains. One day we will return, just like some of the dungeons we had to skip over because they're too difficult. Next time I'm going to attempt to claim that last bounty of the Daedra worshippers. Attempt being the key word because Daedra are scary, especially when they're Storm Matronox. Anyways, if you've made it this far and enjoy this content, consider liking and subscribing if you have not already, as it does help the channel immensely. Other than that though, thank you for watching, and peace out.